Good morning, everyone. Today we will study about the chapter The Cell, its structure and function. In this chapter, we will study about the different types of shape, size, structure, and functions of the cell. Besides this, we will also study about the different part of the cell, that is plasma membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, and different cell organelles. We will also study about the levels of organization in an organism and the comparison between the plant cell and animal cell. So let's start. There are a large variety of organisms on this earth that are different from each other. That is, they are different in their form and structure. However, their basic structure and function are same. Just we see that the building is made up of bricks. Similarly, the bodies of plants and animals are made up of cells. From microscopic bacteria or amoeba or euglena to large organisms like whales, elephants, and the big trees, all are made up of cells. So we can say that the organisms are made up of cells, and these cells are the basic unit of life. Now, why the cell is called the structural and functional unit of life? Certain basic functions like nutrition, respiration, growth, development, and reproduction are performed by the cells in an organism. These functions are essential for the survival of organisms. Therefore, the cell is called the basic structural and functional unit of life. Now, come to the discovery of the cell. Robert Hooke was the first scientist who discovered the cell in 1665. He observed thin slice of cork, which was obtained from the bark of a tree through his self-designed microscope. He observed the cell as honeycomb-like structures, and that was consisting of little compartments. In Latin, cell means little room. These compartments were dead cells bounded by the cell wall, and he named these little compartments as cell. Now the cell. We know that living organisms are made up of cells. The cells have the same basic structure, but they are different with respect to their number, shape, and size in different living organisms. Now, variations in cell number, shape, and size in living organisms. Now, first come to the topic cell number. We know that an amoeba and an earthworm are of different sizes. Can you say why? The difference in the size of the organism is due to the number of cells present in them. In an amoeba, it is made up of single cell. On the other hand, earthworm has millions of cells. Hence, on the basis of their number of cells, living organisms can be classified into two categories: unicellular and multicellular organisms. Now, what is unicellular organisms? Organisms consist of single cell or made up of single cell. You can see from the picture, example is Euglena, amoeba, paramecium. Now, multicellular organisms. These are the organisms which are made up of many cells. And the examples are we all human beings, birds, and all the animals like rat, cat, dog, ant, whale, etc. and all the plants, higher plants. Now, come to the shell shape. The shape of cells is different in different organisms. It is also different in organs of the same organisms. They may be oval, spherical, cuboidal, fiber-like, or polygonal. The differences in shape of a cell are due to their location and function in the tissue. For example, a nerve cell has to transmit impulses to organs located in different parts of the body. Hence, they have a long fiber-like structure, as you can see in the picture. The nerve cell has long fiber-like structure and it is about 1 meter. Now come to the cell size. Now cells have different sizes. Do you know which is the smallest cell? The smallest cell is PPLO. The full form of PPLO is pleuropneumonia-like organism. It is also called mycoplasma and its size is 0.1 micron in diameter. 1 micron is equal to 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Now, which is the largest cell? The largest cell is ostrich egg and its size is 170 mm or millimeter in diameter. And the longest cell is nerve cell. Its size is about 1 meter. Now, parts of a cell. The cell can be divided mainly into 3 parts: cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Now, first come to the cell membrane or plasma membrane. All living cells are bound by a membrane that is known as the plasma membrane. This plasma membrane is also known as cell membrane. It is present both in animal cell and plant cell. It surrounds the inner gel-like material called the protoplasm. The plasma membrane controls the entry and exit of substances as per the requirements of the cell. Now, come to the cell wall. The cells of plants, fungi, and bacteria have an additional outer covering that is called the cell wall. This cell wall is an important covering of a plant cell. It provides rigidity and protection to the cell against variation in the environment. It also gives a definite shape, size, and support to the cell. Cytoplasm. See the picture of the cytoplasm and where it is present. The portion of the protoplasm lying inner to the cell membrane but outside the nuclear membrane is known as cytoplasm. This cytoplasm acts as a ground substance for all cell activities. That means in the cytoplasm, all the cellular activities takes place. And this cytoplasm is made up of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, minerals, and vitamins. Along with this, a large proportion of water is also present in this. And all these components work together to provide a unique living nature to the protoplasm. Now, the next topic is nucleus. Nucleus is the most important part of the cell. It generally lies in the center of the cell in case of animal, but in case of plant cell, it occupies a peripheral position. That means it may be either present in the corner or at the side. The nucleus controls all the activities of the cell. Like our body, all the activities is controlled by the brain. But in the cell, all the activities is controlled by the nucleus. This nucleus is a dense structure and it is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. And the protoplasm of the nucleus, that means the jelly-like fluid which is present inside the nucleus, it is known as nucleoplasm. In the nucleus, thread-like network of structure is present that is called chromatin. When the cell is ready to divide, that means during the cell division, this chromatin condenses to thick thread-like structure that is called the chromosomes. These chromosomes are responsible for the characters inherited by one generation from the earlier generation. That means these chromosomes are responsible for the transfer of characters from the parents to their offsprings. Now, cell has many small living structures are present in the cell, and these structures are equivalent to the organs of the body. So we call these structures cell organelles. Now we will discuss about one by one the different cell organelles present inside the cell. Plastids. Now these plastids are large cell organelles and it is found only in the plant cell and it is absent in the animal cell. These plastids are pigments-like structure that provide color to the cell. The plastids are of three types: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. Chromoplast is green in color and they manufacture food for the green plants by the process of photosynthesis. Now, chromoplast. These chromoplasts are the plastids associated with different colored part of the plants like fruits, vegetables, and flowers. And these are responsible for imparting color to the different part of the plants other than the green. Now, leucoplast. Leucoplast are colorless plastids and these stores starch, proteins and oils in them. Now, come to the mitochondria. This mitochondria is present both in plant cell and animal cell. Now, these mitochondria are rod-shaped or spherical structures. These are present in large numbers and they do different physiological activities. They are responsible for cellular respiration and generation of energy in the form of ATP for different activities of the cells. So, the mitochondria is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum, it is like network of membranes as you see from the diagram. This network-like structures provides channels for transport of materials in a cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is of two types: rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum appears rough because it is studded with ribosomes, and this rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesis proteins. Now, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This does not have ribosomes, so it appears smooth. It helps in the synthesis of fat. Now, come to the next cell organelle, Golgi complex. Golgi complex are sac-like structure stacked one above the other. This helps in processing and packaging of materials produced by the cell. Now come to the next cell organelle, that is vacuole. Vacuole appears as an empty space in the cytoplasm. In case of plant cell, it is generally large and single, and it stores excess of water and waste products. In case of amoeba, food materials are held in its food vacuoles for digestion. Now, the next cell organelle is ribosomes. Ribosomes are tiny granules present in the cytoplasm and on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. They help in the synthesis of protein. Cilia and flagella. These are small extensions on the cell membrane. They help in locomotion and collection of food. In case of paramecium, numerous cilia are present, as you see from the picture. While in Euglena, there is a single flagellum, and both the cilia and flagellum, they are meant for locomotion, that means movement of the organisms, and for collecting the food. Now, come to the levels of organization in an organism. In case of unicellular organisms like amoeba, euglena, a single cell performs all the necessary functions. That means the single cell captures the food, it digests the food, respires, excretes, grows, and reproduces. But in case of multicellular organisms, the cells are specialized to perform some specific functions. A group of cells performing a specific function forms a tissue, like nervous tissue, muscular tissue. A group of tissue performing a specific function forms an organ, like kidney, stomach, etc. A number of such organs works together to form an organ system. For example, digestive system. So in digestive system, so many organs are present like mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestine, that is large intestine, small intestine, rectum, etc. So all this forms the system that is the digestive system. And this so many different types of organ system, they forms the organisms. That means in organism, different organ system like digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, skeletal system, muscular system, nervous, reproductive, endocrine, and integumentary system are present. Now, we see that all the cells have some common features, but the plants and animal cells, however, have some major differences between them. So with the help of the diagram, we can see or we can compare the features of the plant and animal cells. Now plant cells have generally definite shape. They have the definite shape due to the presence of the rigid cell wall. The cell wall is rigid in the plant cell. But in case of animal cells, the cell wall is absent. They have only the cell membrane. And this cell membrane provides flexibility to the animal cells. And due to this cell membrane, they show a large variation in the shapes. In plant cells, plastids are present, but in animal cells, they are absent. As you can see from the picture, plant cells have generally a large vacuole, and the vacuole is single. But in case of animal cells, either they lack vacuoles or have very small vacuoles. Now you can see the difference between plant cell and animal cell in a tabular form. Now see the characters, the shape. In case of plant cell fixed shape is there, and in animal cell irregular shape is there. The cell wall in plant cell it is present, but in animal cell it is absent. Plastids are present in plant cell, but it is absent in animal cell. Vacuoles, one large vacuole is present in the plant cell, but in case of animal cell, vacuoles are either absent or are present only as small vacuoles. Now, recap of the chapter. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life, or all the organisms. Living organisms show variation in the cell number, shape, and size. Unicellular organisms like amoeba are made up of a single cell, but in case of multicellular organisms like a mango tree or a parrot are made up of many cells. Cell sizes may vary from nearly 0.1 micron in case of mycoplasma or PPLO to 170 in ostrich egg in diameter. A cell consists of living matter that is called protoplasm, surrounded by the cell membrane. Plants, fungi, and bacteria have an additional cover known as the cell wall outside their cell membrane. Protoplasm consists of cytoplasm and a nucleus. The nucleus controls all the activities of the cell. The cytoplasm contains many cell organelles. These perform various functions in a cell. Some of the cell organelles and their functions are as follows. Mitochondria are responsible for respiration. Green colored plastids or chloroplast are the site of photosynthesis. Golgi complex process materials produced by the cell. Vacuoles store excess water and waste. Ribosomes help in protein synthesis, and cilia and flagella help in locomotion. A tissue is a group of cells performing a specialized function. An organ is formed by a group of tissues that perform a specialized function. When a number of organs work together, they form an organ system, for example, digestive system. Plant and animal cells show some major differences. Plant cells possesses a cell wall and plastids. These are not found in animal cell. Also, plant cells contain large vacuoles. The vacuoles are either absent in animal cells or if present, have a small size only. Thank you for watching the video.